All right, so Legacy Storm. There are two different Storm variations in Legacy. One is referred to as ANT, which stands for Ad Nauseam Tendrils. Traditionally speaking, Ad Nauseam Tendrils is considered the slower, more consistent Storm deck. And this is called TESS, which stands for the Epic Storm. I did not name the decks. And TESS is generally thought of as being more explosive and faster on average. So we played this deck once before. This build is playing both Wishclaw Talisman and Mox Opal, as well as 4 main deck copies of Veil of Summer and 2 copies of Defense Grid. This format is very blue. The general idea is we make a bunch of mana, and then we cast the card Ad Nauseam or Echo of the Eons to gas back up, and then eventually we use the card Burning Wish with a bunch of mana generated to kill our opponent with either a Tendrils of Agony or a Grapeshot out of the sideboard. Mazas, thanks for the third of year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Last time we played this deck, it was a total hoot. Let's load it on up here for the second time and see if it goes well again. Hey, Green Sky, thank you for the 21 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Morning tracks. You'll see the last time we played this, the video actually did quite well on YouTube. And it'll be interesting to see. It's always tough to see what the long-term interest in a format is going to be, because when you do something for the first time in a while, it has a novelty appeal to it. Like the first time or two we did Pauper, the numbers were good, but then we did a few decks and it fell off pretty quickly. This format tends to be a lot more exciting than Pauper on average, though, so. Alright, we're on the draw. What does this hand do? It's got 3 pieces of mana and nowhere to go. So, seems like a mulligan. Okay, I guess here we are. I'm going to throw back a land and a Burning Wish here, I think. Yep, let me under the gun very quickly here. Delver gets to flip on over into a 3-2 pretty consistently in this format. You know, I think the last time we played this, we didn't really play against any Delver, right? I'm like trying to think back. I'm going to go ahead and fetch my basic Swamp here and pass. Just plays around a Stifle and a Wasteland. This main deck Defense Grid should be reasonable, he says, before he gets dazed and then wastelanded. This is basically an ideal start for the opponent. I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot we can do here. So, like, I get to play Defense Grid, but then I get dazed and then I get wastelanded. I have 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, but that doesn't do anything. You need 8 mana to Ad Nauseam, and even then they have a daze. So, I guess we just do... Huh? Am I just supposed to concede? I'm going to concede, actually. I think we're probably dead. And I think I'd rather not show them I'm playing Storm. And then against Delver, we don't really do anything. We just click submit, like most of our anti-blue cards are in the main. We have Hope of the Ghirapur in the sideboard, which is like reasonable against control decks, but I think against Delver, generally speaking, we don't have enough time to fumble around with this card. I think we just click submit and try and be quick on the play. We mulligan to 5, and we're on the draw, and they had a good start, so If our opponent knew what we were playing, I would have played that game out, but because they potentially don't know, I think it's worthwhile to concede there to conceal information. Thanks for the 17 months, Dan, and I appreciate that. Welcome back. Oh, we did play a blue-red Delver deck last time, you're right. Yeah, this hand seems fine. It's a little susceptible to a wasteland, but I think it's a keep. Veil of Summer is pseudo-silence. Yeah, kinda. It's a good draw. I wonder if I'm supposed to Lotus Petal so I can Veil, so I could pay for a Daze or Veil of Force. Probably supposed to Petal. Yeah, Veil of Summer, especially with Lion's Eye Diamond in this deck, you frequently Veil before you go off. If you're going to be discarding your hand. We're going to start on a Brainstorm here, so here we go. Pyroblast, sure. I think we just pass back at this point. A fun interaction that's worth noting is that Veil of Summer actually stops Pyroblast from countering a spell too, because it just says your spells can't be countered, which is great. Lion's Eye Diamond's kind of an ideal draw, huh? So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So I can Wishclaw, Veil. I can Wishclaw, Veil, and Ad Nauseam. That's just me putting my candidate of choice in my scroller, John. Decided I'm going to do what I can in the 2020 cycle. That's me. I thought about putting a sign on my front lawn, and then I was like, why would I just put a sign on my front lawn when I can like reach way more people than that by using my internet? Let's just count that again. So 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 6, 9. Damn, she's fine. Do 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 do. I think we just Veil proactively here. Now the problem is they do have... They could daze us, but like we've already been dazed once, so pretty sure I'm just going for it. I'm not going to play around a third free counterspell. So now we get to flip cards off the top of our deck, and we take damage equal to their total converted mana cost. I do have an Echo of the Eons in my deck, so when we get to 6, I have to start considering... I'm just going to draw cards until we get to 6, is what you do. And then once you're at 6, you have to pause and ask yourself the question, okay, so now that I'm at or below... Now that we're at or below 6, I have to figure out if I have enough mana to win the game. In my defense, I would like the record to reflect that Pete Buttigieg lied about who he was at the start of his campaign. I took him at face value, and that turned out to be trust that was misplaced. I do still have a land drop. Yeah, they should be dead, right? I have Burning Wish, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I just have infinite mana. Alright, so they are very dead. And remember, Veil of Summer... Oh, Veil of Summer did not resolve, technically, right? So I should probably do that before we go. Just for good measure. Changing your opinion with new information and admitting to it is not allowed. I know this is the internet, so it's a bold take. Admitting I was wrong, but, you know, here we are. There is a storm coming. So Tendrils of Agony drains them for 2, and then it copies for every spell cast before it in the turn. So we just go ahead and do this. Grapeshot. Oh, we could have styled on them with Grapeshot. That's true. I didn't realize the storm count was as high as it was. Should have styled on them with Grapeshot. All right, so we're on the draw for game 3. Again, we're pre-boarded for Delver, so we just click submit. Is it wrong that I want to see you get double Chalice this league? So we actually have, so the one match we lost last time was to a Chalice deck. So I've got a different board plan this time. Bryant Cook was playing 4 empties in his sideboard to just try and get under the Chalice decks. I think that's a great idea. Hey, no worries, Tesla. What was I wrong about? About Pete Buttigieg being a progressive. God, this hand's absurd, right? And do we get to turn 1 with Veil back up here? I think we get to turn 1 with Veil back up here, right? So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Gonna do this proactively. Our spells can no longer be countered. So I've already burned 2. I have 2 LEDs in play. So the question is, do I go for the Ad Nauseam or do I echo and redraw? It's probably just Ad Nauseam still, right? I'm at 20. We can still be Mindbreak Trap. That's not a card I'm playing around. Pretty sure it's just Ad Nauseam. I have 1 floating still. I have 1 floating and I haven't played a land. So I'm pretty sure it's just Ad Nauseam. So again, we just get to free draw until we get to 6 or lower. And then once we get to 6 or lower, we have to assess. Okay, so we're at 6, and I have to figure out if they're dead, and if they are dead, we kill them. Yeah, they're dead. We have Wishclaw Talisman and plenty of mana. Yeah, that's true too. If we brick off, we can defense grade, but pretty tough to brick off there. I would like the record to reflect that that was a turn 1 kill with Veil of Summer backup. So, like, even if they had had a Force of Will there, they would have died. Welcome to Thunderdome. Enjoy your stay. This deck seems like I'd played this deck a few times before Veil of Summer and Wishclaw Talisman, and, like, it felt like okay. This deck feels like it's on an entirely different level now. I feel like we're not doing the same things that we were doing prior. All right, so this hand turn 1 echoes with extra mana floating. So I think that's the line. Pretty sure you just never not turn 1 wheel. Pretty confident turn 1 wheel is always correct. Whee! And like, this hand doesn't do anything from here this turn, but I have 7 cards. I have 3 pieces of mana in play. Yeah, Echo is also a huge upgrade to this deck. Are we about to die? Are we about to die? I think we've... Oh, are they playing Dredge? If they force you there, it's a little rough. Yeah, it's rough if they force us, but I don't have... Ain't nobody got time to play around Force of Will. Ain't nobody got time to play around... Listen, sometimes you can play around Force of Will, sometimes you can't. So I definitely don't need a bunch of Wishclaw Talismans, right? Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure that, like, going for it where I went there was good. Oh, do I not have another blue source? Oh, that's super awkward. I only have 2 blue sources. I should have put the Volk back so I could fetch it. Huh? Good morning from the crypt. We don't. I just didn't really need any of the stuff that I had. I guess I'm just passing here. Yeah, I guess I'm just passing here. So I assume they're not about to Icarate because they'll lose their only Dredger. They just, like, take a draw step and hit the land naturally. What a champion. Just decline to dredge, hit the land drop. This could hit Burning Wish or Wishclaw Talisman here. Those are both reasonable takes. Dark Ritual, also reasonable, but if I had a Dark Ritual, you probably would have died last turn. Alright, we're gonna lead on Brainstorm, see where we go. I don't need Defense Grid in this matchup. I don't really need another Burning Wish. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I think I ponder for an LED. And then we're pretty unlikely to die next turn. I could just put a bunch of goblins into play. I don't think putting a bunch of goblins into play is good enough. I don't think putting a bunch of goblins into play is good enough in this matchup. I think I just like Wishclaw pass here. And that's one of the nice things about Wishclaw in this deck that's been really powerful is that it basically lets you... It lets us get set up the turn before, basically. Like, let's just pay 2 mana in advance. I think putting bounties on people's heads, even disgusting people like Donald Trump, is wrong and not something that should be done. The GAC is back, baby. This is a long legacy game. Our hand's been real bad. So they have 1 Cabal therapy. And they only have 1 therapy here, so that's good. Yeah, we get to Ad Nauseam next turn now, which is great, even if they take my Mox Opals. I don't need to hide the wish. I have Wishclaw Talisman in play. What Trump needs to be in prison, is what he needs. He is a criminal who deserves to be in prison. He does not deserve to be murdered, however. Okay, I do have Echo in my deck, so again, we're gonna draw till we're at 6 and then assess from there. These were really bad hits. I think we need to gamble. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, and my storm count's only 1. So yeah, I gotta keep going. Alright, we're at 2. Do I need to gamble for some zeros here? The problem is I lost 2 Mox Opals. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 mana total here. I have Tendrils and I have Grapeshot. So like I could Tendrils, but the problem is I've only cast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only a Tendrils for 7 at the moment. Alright, so we're at 1. We're out of options. That's plus 2 mana. Plus 2 mana means I could ponder. Right? This means I can ponder. I did make a land drop already. So I think we do this and print a Brainstorm. I don't actually know if they're dead here. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I guess they're dead, maybe. I might have been 1 short there. There's a chance I was 1 short there. We take those here, yeah. I suppose. Yeah, definitely Corrosion. Thanks for the support. Rite of Flame produces 2, not 1. So when I'm counting mana for people that aren't familiar with how Storm works, I'm counting how much total mana I can make in the turn. So when I cast a Rite of Flame, the first Rite of Flame adds 1 total mana to my pool. I put 1 in and I get 2 out. When I cast Dark Ritual, this is plus 2. I put 1 in, I get 3 out. Yeah, I counted that, Despiff. I guess Veil of Summer actually has text here, huh? It's just like Defense Grid out, Chain of Vapor in. Veil of Summer actually stops Cabal Therapy, right? Yeah, the second time, sorry, yeah, I guess that's confusing too. The second time I was counting Storm Count because I was no longer choked on mana. I needed to count, could we get to Tendrils? Because Storm Count was the bottleneck at that point. So I think you're right that I pointed at it and counted one because I was trying to count Storm Count at that point. Which I did not articulate. Yeah, I think it's just Defense Grid out, Chains in. I'll try and be more clear about what I'm counting moving forward. Do I keep this? I feel like I would sneak this against an unknown. I don't know if it's fast enough for this matchup. Like, do I expect to get a turn 3 is the question, and do I expect to get a turn 3 with plenty of life? I'm gonna keep because of this Ponder, I think. My opponent mulled to 6. Yeah, that's true. If we get picked apart, if we get hit by a discard spell, this seems pretty reasonable. Opponent mulled to 5, but Dredge mulligans very well. Dark Ritual's a good one to hit. We're looking for, like, LEDs here. Second Ritual, Lotus Petal. So that would give me 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana next turn, which lets me Ad Nauseam. Notable that I'm leaving the second Dark Ritual on top of my deck here because I don't want to lose both of them to a Cabal Therapy. This is game 2, Gilger. We have a breakthrough here. Yep. Okay, they hit a Cabal Therapy. They hit all their Narcomoebas on a Cabal Therapy. They have a Dread return here, but they don't have the Haste creature. Speed Force Punch, thanks for the quarter viewer. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Opponents played this really well. Put us dead on board for turn 3, and they hit our life total, making our potential future Ad Nauseam worse. What card they cast? They cast Dread Return. Unless you're talking about Breakthrough, the one that let them dredge a whole bunch. Okay, so they took my Wishclaw Talisman. So what am I doing with this Burning Wish now? Making goblins is not good enough here. And my hand is not empty for Infernal Tutor. I guess I could technically go Ritual, cast Echo. And then try and go from there. Like, my other plays don't win the game. I have Petal Volk. I think that's just the line. I'm not winning with the Burning Wish, so I might as well spin and try and get there. Just hope for a good 7. Pulverize destroys all artifacts by sacrificing mountains. The sand doesn't do anything, so we're dead. I forgot lands make mana. To be fair, this deck frequently doesn't make mana or makes mana without its lands, so. Counting mana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This hand, this wheel's on 1, right? We said we always keep and wheel on 1. This wheels on 1 and has 2 mana left over after it wheels. Yes, especially since Dredge mulligans. Well, giving Dredge a random 7 is, like, really valuable for us. Oh, you know what? I probably should have fetched a black source here. I guess I have all colors of mana with the Lotus Petal. So Echo shuffles hands and graveyards back into their deck, and both players draw. This hand doesn't really do anything, huh? Gotta ponder, though. I have 3 mana in play, though, so like, oh, there's an Ad Nauseam on top of my deck. Yeah, I can just Ad Nauseam next turn, right? So, playing this out now means that I don't get to have an extra mana next turn, but by playing the Mox Opal out here, I get to Veil of Summer this turn. So like, they found a Cabal Therapy here, so they're gonna Therapy me and I'm gonna Veil of Summer them. Go land, cast Ad Nauseam. Again, have Echo in my deck, so we're just going to automatically draw down until we're at 6 life or less, and then we'll assess if we can win the game or not. Just these cards probably let us win the game. Like, those were really good flips. Yeah, Wishclaw, Echo, and Veil, and getting to play 8 Lotus Petals with Mox Opal, I feel like Legacy's really slow to adapt when new things come out, especially a combo deck like this. I would not be surprised if this ends up being one of the best decks in this format. This deck costs a little bit over 3 grand, I believe, in paper. It only has 1 Underground Sea in it. Mox Opals are expensive. Lion's Eye Diamonds are expensive. At this rate, it'll be a 50-minute video on YouTube where everyone thinks it was a dumpster fire, but really it's just because we won a lot more quickly. I mean, we've only played 2 matches and it's been 35 minutes, right? Yeah, we're only 2-0. This'll probably be a hour and a half, 2-hour league. This hand doesn't do anything, right? Still time to get a 2-3. You're not wrong. Huh? Seems a little ambitious, but I'm gonna keep. Hey, thanks for the 15 months, Govern. I appreciate that. Welcome back. If this hand finds a second land, it's pretty good. Oh no, are we dead? Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Yep. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Alright, so I have to do it this turn. Really wanted to draw mana here and not a Burning Wish. Yeah, I can wheel, but we're likely to get forced. I can't do anything with Veil Up, right? Oh, I can wheel with Veil Up, huh? Yeah, I can, actually. Okay. So that's the play. Yeah, we cast Veil first. I think we're in on the burn. I told myself earlier in this cycle that when I decided on a primary candidate, I was gonna put a banner up for him. So we're in on Bernie. People don't have to ask. It's in the scroller. Bounced around and done a lot of looking into things, and they have to have 2 forces and 14 cards here. They have to have a force for this, and they have to have a force for the wheel. And remember, even if this works, there's no guarantee that we win. Because, like, the wheel is just 7 random, right? That's true. They have put themselves... Wow, Daze beats us too. Yeah, I think I'd be okay with... I'd be pretty okay with Yang or Warren, but... I definitely align more with Bernie on most things. So he's gonna be my dog in this race. So we'll grab Echo here. We'll crack this, we'll Echo. Wow, it's a bad 7. Are we just passing? We gave them a Wishclaw Talisman, so they're gonna have a force next turn, and we're gonna get hit by this. Is Bernie the best candidate or the best to beat Trump? Yes. Yes. Yes is the answer to your question. All Alright, so the rough board guide I have says we're supposed to board in Hope of the Ghirapur against Sneak and Show and board out Ritual Flame. I think I'm in for that. Hypothetical question, how much more balanced does Veilsummer be if it was a sorcery? That's an interesting thought. It'd be useless for stopping discard spells though, right? And removal. It would only be useful for stopping counter spells proactively. Now, we don't really want Chain of Vapor in this matchup because, like, Gristlebrand does the damage he's going to do when he just gets into play. So we want to just kill them before they combo us, basically. I know the opponent's deck, like, put their thing into play on the first turn last game, but that tends to be the exception more than the rule. The Sneak and Show deck generally doesn't do the thing till, like, turns 2, 3, 4. We're about to get turn 1 again after I talked about how they often don't turn 1. feels magic, man. Feels magic, man. I'm having the strangest sense of deja vu, chat. Strangest sense of deja vu. I think I'm gonna brainstorm it into turn here. I gotta go for it next turn, so. Okay, sick. So I don't need this Burning Wish. Yeah, I have a lot of mana, so I gotta decide what we're doing here. So I'm gonna redraw one of these cards, so I have to get rid of one. I guess I don't really do anything with the Chrome Mox, huh? Because I don't have anything to imprint on it. So I think I put back these two, and then we untap and draw the land. Hey, Red Link, thank you for the very generous tier to resubmit for the 12th month at that. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Black Light, White Friends in Hoaglandia. Sounds good. I'll get that bumped up. Hey, thanks for the 9 months, Fearburger. Yes, we have a lot of mana. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. And I can generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Storm. So I'm short on Storm to generate lethal. Yeah, I could just go for Ad Nauseam. We're definitely doing stuff this turn. As always, any questions for what will Jeff play should be answered by submitting them through the form on my website. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Don't have enough storm count for lethal. I think we just can't beat a force here again. Yeah, I can wish for Tutor, but then like what does Tutor do for me? So like don't tell me game actions to take, tell me what we're trying to do and why that's what we're trying to do. The puzzle I'm trying to solve is, can I do something this turn and cast a Veil of Summer? And I think the answer to that question is no, right? So that means the hope is we just Ad Nauseam and hope for the best. Hope they don't have a force and 14 cards. If they force Ad Nauseam, I don't have anywhere near enough mana to do that, Mazer Mouse. Casting Ad Nauseam cost me 6 mana. Yeah, I think so. My tank there to articulate why I was tanking was, can we beat a Force of Will? To which the answer is no. So we're dead. So the answer is definitely we're in a position where we have to go for it. So we went for it. My tank there was to try and sit there and think about, do I have resources to beat a counter spell? Which we didn't. And there's spots where this deck can go off where you have the resources to beat a counterspell, like you Veil and you kill them, like we already had in this league, a turn 1 where we killed them with Veil of Summer. Yeah, I mean, if all your spells cost 0 mana, Legacy Storm's really easy. No one would play anything but this deck if all your spells cost 0 mana. Yeah, opponent's draw is very good. That's definitely for sure. That's just how Legacy works. Like, there's a lot of games where like one player just gets nutted on. So I'm conceding in response here because 1, I don't want them to know we're playing Storm, and 2, they're gonna name Bloodstained Mire and then my hand doesn't do anything. Just sideboard, assuming they're a Stompy deck. Empty, Chain of Vapor, Abrupt Decay. Pulverize stays in the sideboard because you Burning Wish for it. Thanks for the 4 months, Frost Otter. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, Magic's incredibly high variance. There are a lot of games of Magic where you just lose, where there's nothing you could do about it. Magic, especially compared to a lot of other games, Magic frequently has a very low player agency. Often, the only meaningful decisions you'll make in a match of Magic is how you sideboarded and how you mulliganed. Your decisions during the actual game tend to be very scripted a lot of the time. Leaving empty in the board to wish for. Maybe that's right. That's probably right. Ad Nauseam is just like pretty loose when I'm boarding in a bunch of 4 mana spells. Maybe I'm just supposed to leave that in though. I'll just try to get really lucky if we have to do that. This hand just doesn't do anything, and I can't keep a slow cantrip hand against the Chalice of the Void deck. I'm going to keep this and bottom Wishclaw Talisman. And then we're going to Chrome Mox, imprint. Oh, I don't have a red source to get started with. That's awkward. I think I imprint Ponder and then Brainstorm. Well, those are cards. Obviously, should have kept the Wishclaw Talisman. All right, so I think the plan here is Burning Wish back, Ponder back, play the land, play these LEDs out, and then next turn we can Ponder, crack LEDs in response to the Ponder, use those mana to Burning Wish. What's the difference between Moxing Ponder versus Mox Brainstorm? So Mox Ponder only lets me see one new card, whereas Mox Brainstorm lets me potentially get 3 new cards in my hand. Yeah, it could just be Echo here. If I Echo, I'll have 2 floating after. Well, Spyglass doesn't do anything. Spyglass doesn't stop mana abilities. So Spyglass wouldn't have mattered here. That's why I played the LEDs out. Yeah, I think it's just... I think Wheel is correct. Even with triple Lotus here, we're probably going to have a hard time winning through Thorn. Yeah, Revoker would have done it. All right, I have a Chain of Vapor. I think I just pass here. Just cross our fingers and hope for the best. We're pretty unlikely to win from this position, just to be above the board for people who aren't familiar with Legacy. Every turn they get to play, they're more likely to put another hate card into play, and every hate card closes the door. This deck that we're playing is actually much better against counter magic than it is against permanent-based disruption. These decks that play permanent-based disruption and no force of will, we do sometimes randomly kill them on the first turn of the game, but our turn 1 kill percentage is definitely lower than their turn 1 lock piece percentage. So, having played a lot of lock piece decks against Storm, the games you lose feel bad, but you win more than you lose on average. Yeah, we're just at this point. All right, 2 and 2. Get our burrito match here. See if we can get one more fair force of will deck to beat up on, huh? So we beat Dredge, we beat Delver, we lost to a prison deck, a stompy deck. We lost to Sneak and Show. That sounds great. The Goose. Alright. Ain't nobody got time to play around Force of Will, chat. Ain't nobody got time to play around Force of Will. Force of Negation. Yikes. Are we dead? I think we're dead. I guess I should have Dark Ritualed first. I don't know. I don't think it really matters. Well, I don't have an Oko at least. We got that going for us. I'm gonna Abrupt Decay here, or are we making a food? Gobble, gobble. Gosh, they have Force of Negation. Means they have like 5 forces in their main deck. Questing Beast. Okay, yep. Alright, I have 6 mana. Do I just Ad Nauseam? They're a reference to Workshops in that Workshops is a card that should have been banned a very long time ago in Vintage, but it's still legal. So, they're like Workshops in that they should have been banned, but they probably never will. So again, we get to draw down to 6 for free, and then once we get to 6, we have to stop and figure out if they're dead. If they're dead, we're good. If not, we have to gamble. They might be dead here. So I'm sorting by mana and not mana. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of mana, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I have storm count as 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 storm count. So again, I could risk it and draw more cards here, but they're deterministically dead based on the cards that we have. So unless they have a force that they're sandbagging, they're gone here. Do I have enough resources to Dark Ritual before, or to Defense Grid before I Burning Wish? I don't think I do, right? So I only have, just to count again, I have 4, 5, 6, 7, and I need 6 to Burning Wish plus. So if I had 1 more mana, I could Defense Grid here, but I don't, so we can't. So if their last card is Force Blue card, we do lose the game here. And maybe there could have been a discussion about whether or not we wanted to gamble trying to have enough mana to beat a force here. I don't know, they would have forced the Ad Nauseam, right? They could have dazed the Ad Nauseam. When I cast Ad Nauseam, I had 0 mana. I kind of feel like I just clicked submit here. We don't really know what they're doing, and Hope of the Ghirapur can't attack through a Gilded Goose. So I think the answer is just click submit. Well, they obviously have a lot of counterspells. I've got 6 anti-counterspell cards in my main deck between Veil and Defense Grid, so... Anyone explain the storm mechanic to me? Yeah, so storm spells copy themselves one time for every spell cast before them in the turn. So if you've cast 5 spells before Tendrils, you get to get 5 copies of Tendrils on the stack. I think I keep this hand. Opponent's deck doesn't seem particularly fast. And I've got a Veil of Summer and some cantrips and some lands to get started. So we'll fetch a Volk and we'll ponder on turn 1 here. They're a Green Sun deck. Oh, I wonder if they're a natural order deck. I know natural order could be what they're doing, huh? Yeah, all spells played before in the turn. Huh. So next turn I could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Yeah, I think I'm keeping these. And then next turn, we Wishclaw with Veil up off of Petal. So each opponent can't draw more than 1 card per turn. So my Brainstorm is off. When we target them or a thing they control. I mean, my hand is like kind of okay set up at the moment. So like Leovold's not the end of the world. Yeah, don't wheel with Leovold out. Accurate. Yes, yeah. Every storm copy. Every storm copy draws them a card with Leovold. In fact, a lot of these Leovold decks play. A number of these Leovold decks play a Mindbreak Trap in their 75, so they can have a lot of chances to draw it. So there's another Veil on top of my deck here. That doesn't do anything. I can't Brainstorm because of Leovold, so I just pass here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Just in a holding pattern for now. They are out of action other than their creatures in play. So that's mana number 6. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I could make 10 goblins here. I don't think that's enough, though. I think I want to wait a turn. Hopefully they cast a blue or black spell next turn. I get to cycle this Veil. Let's be honest. I subbed for the catchphrases. Thanks for the 2 months, Gary. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. That makes goblins even worse. It blocks and it makes food. Alright, I'm going to pass one more time here, but then we have to go with goblins the following turn. Hey, Zephyr. Thanks for the sub gifty. Really just hoping they cast a blue or black spell so I can cycle this Veil of Summer. Hopefully hit some more mana. Make a bunch of goblins next turn. Brutal. Okay. Well, you know. Gotta go right now. Gotta go right now. I can cycle Veil for Storm count, right? Can we Infernal Tutor? Yes, but what does Infernal Tutor do? I can, like, cast Burning Wish, Brainstorm in response to my Burning Wish, empty my hand, but that doesn't do anything, right? Yeah. Storm's always funny because people always just like shout game actions, and it's like, well, those game actions don't actually win the game. Well, Ad Nauseam also doesn't do anything while we're at 3. Yeah, but I can just cast Veil for Storm count. Which I think is correct. Yeah, empty. I don't know that empty wins us the game, but it's our only play at this point. So we get to make 16 goblins. Grapeshot their board, then wheel. I mean, that sounds great in a world where, you know, spells don't have mana costs and I can just do whatever I want. That's fine. We're up in game 2, so like if the 16 goblins don't get there. Can we not Burning Wish for Tendrils and win? Well, I only had 7 spells cast. So that would only be 16 life, and my opponent can gain 3 off of food. So that would be 8 points short. I believe we're just dead here. I can, like, only attack with 14, and they get to block 2 for free. I have to leave 2 back so I don't die to Leovold randomly. Hey, thanks for the half a year, Eric Dared. Thanks for the biddies, Bruno. Yeah, I told myself at the beginning of this cycle that when I decided on a primary candidate, I was going to put a banner up for them. I think I'm solidly in on the Bernie plan at this point. And we're just dead, right? Like, they attack us for 2. I waited a turn too long to go off. Let's just try and kill them on the play, huh? I don't have enough mana for drawing another wish to be relevant. The Mox Opal wasn't making mana. I didn't have double black, Time Lord. Grapeshot for 3. Chat, they could gain 3 life a turn. I'm just timing people out. We don't, but I should make one. This hand doesn't do enough, right? I guess it's got a Veil of Summer. Maybe Veil of Summer makes it good enough. It's got a Brainstorm. All right, YOLO. Yesterday was my birthday. Hollow Sharps. Grapeshotting ourselves definitely won the game for somebody. That's accurate. Accurate representation of something we could do. How many hours do you think it takes for a deck like this to be comfortable with the lines? It's different for every person. Man, Chrome Mox is poop. I don't know what we're doing here. I feel like it might just be like Chrome Mox, Imprint, Echo, Cast, Ponder. And why can't Chrome Mox be LED, right? I think I'm putting back the Swamp. And I'm going to put back the Dark Ritual. I think I need the Veil for next turn. Huh, that's actually just all mana. So next turn, I could have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Doesn't really do anything though, right? Look at that. It's a great command V-ball. I think I'm going to pass here. Morning, Bear Grinds Games. I appreciate the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. This is too much thinking for me, right? There's a lot of counting here, and then figuring out like what you can beat, what you can't beat, etc. Maybe I should have just kept all those other things and gone for it last turn and just made a bunch of goblins. Maybe that was the play. What if I just, like, kill their mana creatures here? Is that crazy? I mostly blow my load to do that. I guess I still have Mox Opal left over. I think I'm gonna Grapeshot their mana dorks. Grapeshot Dryad Arbor is a form of Stone Rain. You know what Twitch chat wants. Holy crap. Well, I just got super punished for my sequencing. They were also on the Stone Rain plan. Alright, nobody has anything. We each have one land. I have 2 cards, they have 4. I think we're behind from here, but we'll see how we go. Rats. Gonna go fill out the submission form for something sweet, but I wanted to say happy birthday before it was too late. Your birthday is the same day as my dad was, and you kind of look like him. Thanks for the bits. I appreciate it. Think we're dead. That's a quick clock, and it cuts off most of our live draws at this point. Oh, a little bit less successful last time. Went 2-3, 4-1, 4-1, and 2-3 makes us. Is that 2-3-2s? That's 2-3-2s, right? 6 and 4. I don't know. Deck's fun. We Did you already play Blue Eye Temple? Yeah, I ended up making it Bant. Wanted to try Tamiyo and Sylvan Advocate, so the Bant tempo deck is in there. Hey, Thrin, thanks for the biddies. I don't know that I really have anything to change. This deck is a deck that a bunch of really smart people have worked on that have played this archetype a bunch, so mostly just copying and pasting other people's work at this point. It was fun to play. There's a lot of neat puzzles to find and execute with this deck to get yourself out of different situations. I don't know if the Empty the Warrens plan is ideal against the Artifact Prison decks, but the Artifact Prison decks definitely feel like the tough matchup for this archetype, and that would be the problem that would need to be worked on solving. Need to figure out the best way to approach beating the Thorn of Amethyst / Chalice of the Void decks. I think those are the biggest challenge for this. Alright, at any rate, we're going to dive on into a second Moto deck here up next. We're going to try some Blue-Red Flash in Pioneer up next. I'm going to go ahead and hit a quick ad roll while we get set up with this one, and we'll be back in a few. Thanks for hanging out today, folks.